Day, everyone. I'm gonna hang out here for a minute and let you guys all come on in.
Miss Willie, you
Uh-oh.
this.
It's a shame. One of these days, I'm gonna act like I have some sense. One of these days, I'm over here on my phone trying to make sure that the Facebook feed is coming through right. And Steve Harvey talking with a 82-year-old bodybuilder. Yeah. And then that's where we come in. It's not an easy road. It's not. How are you doing? Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Suli. How are you guys doing this morning? How are you doing? He's saying it would be an act. No. It wouldn't be an act. I'm a fool all the time. How are you guys doing? So you know what? It's all kinds of things. Good morning, Shay. All kinds of things on my mind this morning. And the first thing, where are the men at the table? Let me wait for some of the men to come in. But you know what I'm so happy about? Good morning, Steve. There you are. What I'm so happy about is yesterday we were talking about quitting, right? Talking about the word quit, not actually quitting. I guess, okay, actually quitting, but not necessarily seeing something negative in quitting sometimes, right? So not having an emotional charge with the word quit or with the idea that you may need to quit something. And then this morning I think I may have seen it yesterday, but I read an article about the pipeline, what is that pipeline? The oil pipeline that was infringing upon the rights of some Native Americans. Was it Native Americans or? I don't want to call them Indians. Indigenous people. And I was so happy. That you know what? I need to get these words right. So hold on. Let me pull up my article. Because, it's a shame when I'm trying to remember this stuff and I don't have the words exactly right. And then I look back at it later and I'm like, come on, Kai. You know these things. Good morning, Stace. Dakota Access Pipeline. Thank you. I wanted to say Dakota, but I wasn't sure. First of all, Keystone. Yes. Well, the Dakota Access. So the judge orders temporary shutdown of the controversial Dakota Access Pipeline. So the thing about it is they didn't quit. We were talking yesterday about quitting and how sometimes you're on the wrong path and maybe you need to quit. And today it's not an easy road because we're talking about exactly the opposite today. It is not easy to stay on the path that seems to be unending and not in your favor. It's not easy to keep doing that work. It's not easy, whatever that work is. And when you know you are destined towards something, or when you know that what your action is the right action. The Dakota Access Pipeline. That's been a fight that's been going on since 2016. 4 years of a fight. 4 years of a fight. Obama, before he, who is this? Thank you. So I have got something that says Facebook user, and I don't know who you are. So put your name in there. You said my nails look amazing, look awesome. Thank you very much. It's time to redo them, but I'm not going to redo them yet. But tell me who you are because this isn't telling me the name. And I want to know your name so I can say good morning to you properly. Anyway. Good morning, T. Yeah, we're all tired. They didn't quit. It is their land, and they did not quit. 4 years of a fight, and the fight still isn't over. Because all that's happened so far is that the pipeline has to be shut down temporarily while a environmental impact plan study is done. Now, the environmental. Oh, hey, Darlene. Good morning. Thank you, because it just says Facebook user. Good morning. So the environmental impact study has to be done. That study will take several years to do. Generally, it takes several years to do. So we're just the fight isn't won. So we have to keep on fighting with them, right? It takes a collective effort to do what is right. And it's just so interesting that just yesterday we were talking about how sometimes it's okay to quit. Not in this particular case. I wouldn't recommend quitting. But then I read this story about the continued fight over the rights of the Dakota people. I'm going to call them Dakota people. Let me make sure I'm saying that right because I don't want to offend anybody. No, Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Sorry, Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Why is it called Dakota? In North Dakota and South Dakota. Thank you. All right. See, I'm looking it up right now. I want to be informed. I want to use the right words. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I absolutely respect what they're doing. I absolutely stand with the tribe, with the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. I absolutely stand with them. I absolutely stand with them in fighting against the government taking over their land and saying, hey, we're going to run this pipeline through here. It's not right. It's not right. And Obama stopped it. And then here comes Trump and says, nope, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the permit. Why? Because it's something to go against what Obama did. And it got me to thinking, good morning, Bina. Thank you for your toddy slip. So it got me to thinking about how when Trump came into office and the appointment of Supreme Court justices, U.S. Supreme Court justices, was delayed while Obama was ending office, waiting for Trump to come into office so that Trump can pack the court with who he wanted on the court, right? And we've seen a couple of things that have come up that the court has ruled and ruled really against Trump's interest. I know I was worried. I know I was worried when Trump was appointing people to the court. I know I was worried. It's not showing you yet, Darlene. It still says Facebook user. I know I was worried. But there's been a couple of rulings of late. What was the other ruling, guys? You know what it was. So we have the Dakota Access Pipeline that was shut down. So that's one ruling that goes against Trump's interest. There was a recent one. What was it? Somebody remind me what it was. I'm going to keep you guys on your toes while you keep me on my toes because I don't remember. It's too early in the morning for me. My brain doesn't function at this time of the morning. Yeah, and I know I'm usually. No, what happened with the Electoral College? I don't know about that vote. There was another Supreme Court vote. I'm going to look it up. You know, this is one of those mornings where we're at the table learning stuff. There was another vote that came up. I don't know about the Electoral College voting. There was a ruling just recently. Supreme Court says a state may require presidential electors to support its popular vote winner. That may be fantastic. That would be fantastic. There was the transgender protection. That's the one I'm thinking of, but I can't remember what the protection was. Hold on, I'm about to find it. Because that was the other one. That was the other one. Okay, let's see. Regardless, the point is that the last couple of ones. Where are your notes, Knucklehead? Listen. Okay. My phone is falling. I don't have any notes, girl. I don't have any notes. You know why? Because that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I got to the table. I had my plan. You know what? Today was going to be a crazy day. You know what I wanted to talk about today? Why do men always have to grab that stuff? That's what I want to talk about. What do you think is going somewhere? You forgot where it is? You forgot it's yours? Why are you grabbing it all the time? What if I walked around doing this all the way? Ain't nothing to grab. Let's just be clear. Ain't nothing to grab. But what if I did? What if I was like, oh yeah, let me just see where my breasts are today? Why is it anytime? Oh my God. I was watching a video. See, look, y'all got me off of the real stuff because she talking about wear your notes. I don't have notes. I don't have notes because I'm worried about why men grabbing their junk all the dang time. And why is it called junk? Why is it junk? It's not junk. It's life-giving. Well, it participates in life-giving. It doesn't give the life. We give the life, right? Y'all just contribute. It was a different kind of squirrel, Steve, but that's where my mind was this morning because I was watching this video. Just got up and I'm watching this video with these roller skaters. And they're, rolling, skate, grooving, grab the junk. Grooving, grab the junk. Why do you gotta grab your junk? We all know you got it. Anyway, I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments. Okay. Suli, calm down, Kai. Calm down. All right, let me go back to the comments. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, so it says, let's see, the Electoral College voted. We talked about that. The Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, the water protectors. We talked about that. We got that. Water is life. I know you stand by the water. The water is life. Catrice is fueled by the water as well. I mean, we all need water, right? The Dreamers are protected from being deported. Fantastic. So we have the Dreamers being protected from being deported. We have that the electors might have to vote with the popular vote. So they have to, go with what their people want, not just go with what they decide to go with. So that's fantastic. And then we have all right, so we have that, and then there was the transgender protection. What was the transgender protection? But my question is this: what is this really saying? What is this really saying about what we were all, right? Maybe people are not so afraid to go against Trump anymore, and maybe. Oh, Trump administration revokes transgender health protection. That's what Trump did. Or Trump is trying to do that. Trump removed the but did the U.S. Supreme Court uphold that? Is this a sign? Is it a sign? Maybe there aren't as many crazy people. There are crazy people, but maybe we were worried about the Supreme Court justices favoring Trump and all of what Trump wants and all of his policies and ideals. And yet, in the past month or two, there's been a couple of cases that have all ruled contrary to his interests, which is very promising, people, very promising to me. Darlene says, I have a 4-year-old boy that is fascinated with his penis. I have to tell him on a regular to leave that thing alone before it falls off. Stace, that is not where life comes from, honey. Life comes from y'all. You don't, man. Now we back on the junk. It's not life giving. Life comes from the woman. Y'all, because listen, if it was life giving, right, then you could do it on your own. But you just contribute. We take the seed that you plant and we grow that. We give it life. You just germinate. You contribute, but we give it life. We take what you contribute. We take it in and we're like, oh, let me mix this up with what I got. And bam, I'm giving it life today. We decide, our bodies decide whether life develops or not. It's our bodies. So you guys are not life-giving. We are life-giving. Don't get that twisted. The men ain't right at this table. I mean, sometimes y'all are, but not right now. Steve says, you've been hanging around the Sugar Hill gang again, God. Suli wants to talk about the water protectors. Don't do that, Darlene. Hell, he'll become obsessed with it. Everyone should be able to get health care. Yes, and that gave me hope. Y'all would have nothing but a bunch of eggs. Heck no, no one is sacred anymore. Not the black people, not the white. Oh, no one is scared anymore. I'm so happy, Suli. Thank you for bringing us back. Sometimes I'm telling you, like, right, that's why I didn't have notes. I didn't have notes because I didn't come to the table really with this idea that I was going to talk about something serious. But then I got caught, my eye caught this story about the water protectors. And I was just so happy about it. And it connects to what the tribe that was blocking Mount Rushmore. I don't believe that was the same tribe, but we have all of these people. Shut up, Steve. I'm done talking about that. We talking about the water protectors. Suli's like, get on topic. We not talking about sperm and eggs and babies. We not talking about today. We are talking about water protectors. We are talking about standing with our Sioux tribe brothers and sisters. We are talking about that. We are talking about standing together, helping them fight. So this is the thing. We are all disjointed or have been disjointed. You got the black folks fighting for their rights and fighting against oppression. And then on the other side of the room, you got the Latinx people fighting against oppression, fighting against the same people we're fighting against. And then in the other corner, it's like a boxing match, right? In this corner, we got the black folks fighting against 400 years of oppression. In this corner, we got the Latinx fighting against the stealing of land and property. In this corner, we got the Native Americans. They've been here. They started here. We weren't found. We got all of these corners filled with separate sets of people fighting against the same set of people. Why don't all of these corners come together in the middle of the ring? Come together in the middle of the ring. In the middle, we got the black folks, we got the Latinx, we got the Native Americans, the Sioux tribe, all the tribes. Come together. We need to stand with them. They need to stand with us. We all need to stand united. United we stand. Divided we fall. Divided we fall can mean a couple of different things. It could mean that if we stay divided, we don't win this war. We don't win this fight if we stay divided. It could mean when you get ready to fall, let me go and you fall by yourself. We're going to stay united, but you're going to fall by yourself. Right? It could mean all those things. I feel connected. I don't know how many of you African Americans, black people, colored folks, Negro, whatever you call yourself, however you identify, black or brown, however you identify. When I say black or brown, I don't necessarily mean African Americans or Africans or African descent and Latinx. I mean, look, I'm not black. This is black. That's black. This is brown. I consider myself brown. And I know that that's usually a word associated with Latinx people, but for real, this ain't black. This is brown. A beautiful shade of brown. Caramel-like. We got your mocha latte. We got your caramel latte, your mocha latte. We got all different shades, right? In the African descent. Okay, we all descend from Africa. But anyway, you know what I mean. In the African descent, we have all different shades of black and brown. Stand together. We got white chocolate. Look, don't act like we don't have white chocolate. We got white chocolate. We got milk chocolate. We got dark chocolate. We got all different shades of chocolate. Steve says Georgia is about to change its gun laws after the black militia showed up at Stone Mountain on the 4th. That's right. Man, that was such a beautiful sight. It was such a beautiful sight. I saw it. I didn't see it when it was happening, but I did see photos of it afterwards. Yeah. All it's going to take to change gun laws is every black person in America to go out there and get licensed to permit and carry, or permitted to carry. Look, that's all it's going to take. All it's going to take is for every black person in America to go get a license. That's it. Now, all of a sudden, we need gun laws. We need stronger gun laws. We need assault rifles banned. Now, all of a sudden, as soon as the black folks want to do it and the black and brown folks want to do it, then it's not okay anymore. Good morning, Maya. Good morning. We have to stand together. We have to we have to keep the black community together. We have to stop the infighting in the black community. We have to stop the colorisms in the black community. Oh, you ain't black enough? Yeah, we all black. We all black. Everybody's black enough. You want to be black, be black. Unless you're white. Don't claim black if you're not black really. But that's just because you're not black, doesn't mean you can't stand with us. You don't have to have my skin color to stand with me. I don't have to have your skin color to stand on the right side of right. What's right is right. What's right is right. It ain't right that the men be grabbing their junk, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about water protectors. Let your junk go, man. We know it's there. Dang. But imagine the conviction that it takes, the commitment that it takes to have it ingrained in you, to have it ingrained in you from such an early age that when you are an adult, you know it is your position, it is your responsibility to protect the water. I was watching a Maori Haka, a Maori man who was proposing to his girlfriend. They had been together for maybe 10 years. He was proposing to his girlfriend, and he was doing a Haka dance routine. Not really sure how to respectfully call it, but you know what I'm saying. And he was out. They were out at the waterside, sitting in a bench probably in New Zealand somewhere, but I'm not really sure. I'm assuming New Zealand because nobody looked at them like they were crazy. And I say that because the Maori tribe is in New Zealand, and I think it's something that people there are used to seeing, and so therefore it wouldn't cause you to start glaring at them, right? People were walking past like it was no big deal. This man is out in the middle of in a public location at the seashore. Just him, not a bunch of people. He was doing his tribal routine, I'm going to call it, and if that's not the respectful way to call it, somebody correct me, because I mean all respect. I loved it. He was doing his routine without a care or concern for who saw him and what they saw. Not a care or concern. Imagine the fortitude of strength. Imagine the acceptance and the love of your culture to the extent that you don't care who sees you and what they think about it. You don't care. No F's to give. This is me. I'm doing my haka, and I'm going to, I'm going to do this, and everybody look or don't look. Nobody gathered around. Nobody paid much attention to it at all. That was a situation, exchange between he and his fiance, or soon-to-be fiance. It's the same thing. Think of these Native Americans, the Sioux tribe, the indigenous people. Look, I'm saying it in a multitude of ways because I want to make sure that I give mad respect. So nobody can come on here. A haka chance. Thank you, Suli. Thank you, Suli. I want to make sure that nobody comes on here and says Kai doesn't respect us. I respect everybody. Look, and you be what you want to be, and Suli corrected me. It's a haka chant, and from now on, I'm gonna know it's a chant, not a routine or a dance. I know it's not a dance, but not a routine, but a chant. Thank you, Suli. Thank you very much. But imagine what strength it takes to the teachings. Are we teaching culture to our children from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old? Are we teaching them? And what are we teaching them? Like so much of our culture, Black American culture, so much of it is rooted in stuff that is racist. Look, remember the other day when I was singing Any, Mini, Mighty Mo? Why did I miss Rose's comment? She reminded me yesterday, or told me yesterday, that I missed it. That used to be Any, Mini, Mighty Mo, catch a nigger by the toe. I did not know that. Do you know how many times I sang that when I was a kid? But it wasn't a nigger. It was a watermelon, a pickle, a tiger. Most of the time it was a tiger. Or Ring Around the Rosie. What was that? The Ring Around the Rosie was talking about the plague, a plague. And the rose was the ring around the rosie's pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, they all fall down. That was talking about the death from the plague. The kids are making a plain song, and here we are, 50 years later, 20 years later, how many ever years, talking about ring around the rosy. The ice cream truck song. Thank you. I just saw that. I think, Steve, you posted that, the ice cream truck song. Look, and that's from my childhood. What so much of our culture is rooted in racism, prejudice, discrimination, negative stuff towards our own race, negative stuff towards humanity, negative, 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 negative. And we want to hold on to it. Confederate statues, we're wanting to hold on to them. Trust me, though, it's symbolism, and I don't care. Get your knee off my neck, stop killing us, then take down the statues. Don't take down the statues and leave your knee on the neck. Don't do that. Right, Steve, we're teaching them to twerk in public, and twerking is okay. Right. I'm not. We ain't twerking in public. Unless it's in the carnival dance, and that's not really twerking. That's carnival, and there's some culture there, too, so we'll do that. Steve says, as far as the shades of black people, the solution is simple. If you have a policeman's bullet in your ass, you black. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. And what's so funny about that is my brother was a police officer, and he got shot in the ass by another police officer. Right? So you can be a police officer and get a police officer's bullet in the ass, literally. Okay. Sully said, men forget that their members are attached to their bodies. Got to keep checking. Right, like it's not there anymore. Readjusting. Get you some proper underwear. If you got to keep readjusting your stuff, you don't have on the proper undergarments. Get some proper undergarments. Look, let that stuff hang loose. Get you some boxer briefs. Let it hang loose. Quit constricting it, right? Look, make some changes. Well, if we walked around grabbing our stuff, you would think a woman was nasty if she walked around readjusting. I mean, what would there be to readjust? But maybe her panties got caught in her stuff, right? Maybe her thong got caught up in it and she's trying to readjust it. What would you think about that? We got the decency to go readjust anything we need to readjust in the bathroom. Take your ass to the bathroom and readjust. I don't want to see you grabbing your junk while we talking about water protectors. And Maori chants or Haka chants. Oh, it's considered rude to stare at a personal haka. Thank you. But you know we in America don't care about what's rude and what's not rude. You know that. Wow. That is so amazing that culture is respected, though. Even if we know it's rude to stare here in America, you know we still do it. We don't care. We are rude. Not we, meaning me and you, but you know. Picnic is a racist term. Picnic, you know what? There's some debate. There's some debate about that term picnic. I know that there is that it has been said that picnic was a racist term, but picnic was not a racist term. In looking it up, picnic comes from a French word, which doesn't have anything to do with Negroes. I know that sometimes people have said picnic means pick a nigga, but that's not what that came from. Picnic is a French term. Pique-nique, I think it is. That's what the French word was, pique-nique. And I'm going to look it up for you right now because but Rose did remind me in a conversation that what they used to do at the picnics was sit around and eat while the person was hanging. So it's not necessarily the term, Steve, I believe. It's what it represents in American culture, not in French culture. But the French word is pique-nique. I'm looking it up because I don't want to say it wrong. And that's where we got it from. Yeah, pique-nique. Let me see if you can hear this. Can you hear? Oh, I turn the volume down.
Picnic.
Ah, man, I want the French.
Picnic.
See, it's a French word, pique-nique. Anyway, and in French, you would say, if you were going to say you were going to go on a picnic, it would be faire un pique-nique. So so the word itself is not racist, but the symbolism is. Yeah, ring around the rosy. We talked about this. They would have one. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the symbolism. So there would be a picnic after they hung a black person, and they would sell tickets. Steve says, and turn your nosy butts around and don't look while we adjust. It's our private chant. That ain't no chant. Shut up, Steve. Nah, you're not gonna win this one. We're not turning our nosy selves around if you adjusting in the middle of a conversation. It's your responsibility to excuse yourself to adjust. Don't just be in the middle of a conversation all digging in your pants. Come on, man. Come on. We raised you better than that. Steve says a French family owned my family during slavery. Look, I got a lot of French in me. Don't worry. I understand that. I have a lot. A French captain stole one of my great ancestors from Martinique or Madagascar, one of them M words. I'd have to look it up to remember which one, but stole one of my ancestors. And from stealing that ancestor, my whole family grew. So we originated between this French sea captain and one of my great greats who was stolen. She and her sister were stolen from the land that they were on. They had gone onto this ship to sell their wares, to sell some fabrics and things, and then the captain took off with them. And they had 6 children, and those 6 children are the branches of my family. So yeah, we got abduction. Thank you. You know I was looking for that word. Thank you, Jasmine. YouTube for the win. Thank you. So the thing is that we have a lot that we need to stick to. And as much as I say that we don't need continuing on from yesterday's conversation, as much as quitting is okay, there are times where quitting is not okay. There are times where quitting is perfectly acceptable. Like when you bake the bread and it's brick hard, don't quit. Try a couple of more times. Until you get it right. The second bread was okay. And the cucumbers, I didn't kill the plants. They killed them. Well, I didn't bury them. They're still out there. I trimmed the leaves. I'm still trying. I'm going to keep trying. I'm not quitting. But there are some things where it's okay to quit. There are other things that are more important that we don't quit, like fighting for the rights of the Sioux tribe, like making sure that we're standing with the rock, Indian rock. What are they called? Come on, man. Why can't I remember? This is what happens when you get old, man. Anyway, standing with the tribe and the Sioux tribe, standing with them to protect the water. Standing with the tribe that was protecting Mount Rushmore. That's their land. Give it back. Standing with our Latinx family. Standing with the Latinx who are fighting. Everybody wants to say the military is important, but yet you have this Latinx woman who was murdered in the military. And where's everybody standing with her? We need to be standing with a lot of people. Let's not stand by ourselves. Let's come from our separate corners of the ring. Let's all come to the middle and have a united fight against oppression, period. Not oppression against Black people, not oppression against Latinx people, not oppression against LGBTQ, not oppression against whoever else. The Sioux tribe, not oppression against the Native Americans. How about or indigenous people? I'm not sure which they prefer. Standing Rock. Thank you, darling. Y'all got to help me out sometimes. We got to stand together. We have to stand together. And I'm gonna comment on. I'm gonna just leave on this comment, Steve. We talk about. We talk about. Oh, Chasman says you believe it was the island of Dominica. Thank you. I thought it was an M island, but okay, it could have been Dominica. That's that. I don't know. You know what? Thank you, Bina. Have a wonderful day. We're gonna get off here in 1 second. What I want to say is we keep exploring these words that have a negative charge to them, and we don't have to get rid of all of the words because they have a negative charge to them. People went on a picnic and watched blacks hang in America. But the word has a French origin. Were people in France going on a picnic and watching people hang? I don't think so. So, it's up to you whether you like that word or whether you don't like that word. It's up to you. But what I want to say is I respect your position on it and respect my position on it. I really don't care one way or the other. I know that in and of itself, it is not a bad word. It's how it was used and what it represented. But in and of itself, it doesn't have the meaning that a lot of us, a lot of people have purported it to have, which was the pick a nigga. It does not have that meaning. However, it has still negative connotation to it. So I agree with Standing Rock, Sioux Tribe. Thank you, y'all. Keep me straight. Keep me straight. I'm going to have some notes. I'm going to have some cliff notes here. Anyway, guys, thank you for having fun with me at the table this morning. Get your cousins, Steve and Stace. Get your cousins. Yes, you can say cookout. See you at the cookout, right? But the cookout is at the house. What about when you're out at the beach or at the park? But I get you. So you're right, Steve. I use that too. Get your cousins, Steve and Stace. Get your cousins. Stop grabbing your junk, man. That's private. We don't need to see that. Cut it out. Cut it out. And when you're standing next to all of these people you're standing next to and you fighting the good fight for them because they're fighting the good fight for you as well, don't grab your junk. You just messed up your whole message when you grabbed your junk. Have a good day, guys. Stay safe. Continue to physically distance yourselves. Continue to wear your mask. Always wash your hands. Always wash your hands. Have a great day. I will see you here tomorrow.